What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the No Regret Show. I'm your host, Larry. First, I want to say thank you to all the stupid, idiotic people out there who continuously make bad decisions that give me content to make. We're going to talk about that moron who attacked the judge. I'm not going to play that clip. You can get demonetized. There's plenty of influencers out there that have covered him leaping over the bench, attacking a woman. Now, that's disgusting, and he actually gets what he deserves. Now, this current climate of what we're in right now of entitlement, and this current climate of a lot of people thinking working 9-to-5 jobs is, you're a puppet, you're on strings, it doesn't pay off. Let me explain something to you. I want to really break down, it all starts with what you do with your money, because you got a lot of people out here that think they're going to run a football, shoot a basketball, have a rap album, or they just going to be like the boss, Rick Ross. You think you just going to be the boss. And then when you get a reality check, you'll resort to crime. Let's get into these clips, and I want you to listen very closely. This is him being sentenced for his original crime, his crime for when he jumped over the bench and he attacked the judge. Listen to what his sentence is, and look at the way they walk him in here like an animal. You act like an animal, they'll walk you in like an animal. And I know a lot of your ghetto people will always find a reason to blame the white man, but you know who I respect? I respect the law, police officers walking him in, and I respect the black man in that badge who is walking in this straight criminal animal.
All right, this is on for the continuation of Mr. Redden's sentencing. When we were last here, arguments were concluded and the court had begun to pronounce sentence when an incident occurred. An incident initiated by Mr. Redden preventing the court from completing sentencing. That is the sole purpose for today's hearing. Any other issues that may arise from the events that occurred last Wednesday will be handled at a future date by a different court. For purposes of the record, I want to make it clear that I am not changing or modifying the sentence I was in the process of imposing last week before I was interrupted by defendant's actions. This court does now sentence you, in addition to the $25 administrative assessment fee, $150 DNA fee, the $3 DNA administrative assessment fee, and $250 indigent defense fee, 19 to 48 months in the Nevada Department of Corrections. How much benefit time served does he have?
It's 0 days. He was on probation when he committed the offense and was revoked on probation to serve the jail time October 25th. That time it expired at or about the time of the plea. So,
0 days credit. Mr. Almazzi, if that's different, let us know and we'll fix it.
I will.
The motion for quashing court is moved at this point. And for the record,
Did you hear the sentence? The 19 months and the 48 months is for the original crime before he attacked her. She said that will be handled by a different judge in a different courtroom at a different date for the incident that happened last Wednesday. That he's being sentenced for when he showed up to court looking like a moron in a Biggie t-shirt.
I'm a person who never stops trying to do the right thing, no matter how hard it is. And I just... and I'm trying, and I never give up.
If you have to go to court, if you're going to court, be presentable. Don't show up like you just came off the street, like you just came off the block, like you just came off, on the corner selling rocks. Act like you have some common sense. If you can afford Gucci, Louis, some J's, and you can afford jewelry and diamonds and Hellcats, you can afford a nice presentable suit. Did you hear what the prosecutor or his lawyer said? No, he doesn't have any time served because he was currently on probation. So that's 3 charges that he's now going to be charged with, because I'm sure this young man thinks working a 9-to-5 job is for the white man. And you know what? I'm just going to resort to a life of crime. See, he got what he deserved. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're working a 9-to-5 job, I have respect for you, because in this current climate, working a 9-to-5 job is frowned upon. You're being told you need your 40 acres and a mule. Your ancestors work for free, so therefore you should get free stuff now. that never pays off. It doesn't pay off. We've had decades and decades and decades of ignorant people thinking that you deserve something. And what happens is they'll resort to a life of crime, or you will resort to a life of poverty. I don't respect that. If you have been following this channel, I'm for the working man. I'm for the working person. If you're a mailman, if you're a plumber, if you're a truck driver, if you're a dentist, if you're a doctor, if you're a pilot, that's who I respect. I don't respect anybody that takes shortcuts, because shortcuts will get you nowhere. Do you know what happens with a lot of these people who take shortcuts? They think God is going to reward them. Pray to God and God will have everything you need. Just pray to God. God will deliver it.
Hear me good. I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to believe that your financial future is going to be way better than your past. When you get baptized and you get immersed and submerged in water, you're supposed...
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
God's job is to wake you up. God's job is not to put money in your pocket. It's up to you to go do it. It's up to you to be successful. Not everybody's going to be the boss. Not everybody's going to be the CEO. And people that actually understand how businesses work, CEOs always have to answer to somebody. Bosses have to answer to people. So if you have that in your head, that level of entitlement where you think you should stop it, where like you think you should start at the top of the food chain, and you think you don't have to provide a service to get up there. A lot of your millionaire business owners, they started off at entry level positions. They learned the business, they learned the craft that they're in, and they mastered it, and therefore then they got a chance to take over that business. You can't just, I heard a popular saying from Fast and Furious, you can't just climb in a ring with Ali because you think you can box. You got to start off as an amateur. And a lot of these people will have regrets in the future. They will blame the white man. They will blame everybody else. They'll blame systemic racism. They'll blame the immigrants for taking jobs that they never applied for in the first place, instead of looking in the mirror and realizing they made their own bad decisions and they are laying in the bed that they made for themselves. I've been up here for years trying to lead people into the right direction. If you work a 9-to-5 and you use that to parlay that into a better career and you invest your money right, you live below your means, you will be better off than like 90% of the people in the United States, because like 90% of the people in the United States are stupid and they go through life not thinking about tomorrow and not thinking about decisions and repercussions that they make. It's up to you. It's not up to God. It's not up to anybody else. God wakes you up, and when he no longer wakes you up, then you go on with the second half of life that nobody can talk about yet. But these are the times that you need to take advantage of, the times that you have air in your lungs, and live the best life you can be and provide a service. No regrets, get it.